Going live. Why in the hell is this on top chat instead of live chat? I don't know. Whatever. All right, live chat. Presumably that should actually work. It says I'm live. That's good.
To make salsa, you need a few basic components. A red thing, like a tomato, canned tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, a red pepper, or a brick. You need a green thing, like lime,
Oh my god.
pepper, cilantro.
You
or
suck
if
at
don't,
cooking.
just a cilantro,
Yes.
Some green soap, an onion thing, like a white onion, a purple onion.
Okay, hello everyone. How you doing? I'm doing all right. Just to preface, I'm gonna have to go and fucking water the lawn. It's last year all over again, except right now we're about to experience a bit of a drought, even though it's only gonna last like, well, it lasts at least a week, but it's just the temperatures are high and Mom's worried the grass is going to die. Real fun, you know. Alright, so I did actually do a little bit of like touch up on this, but like that's not super important. It's just that I changed some stuff so that it now there is preface to start with the you know, the bricks on the ground. Although I'm unsure if I want to actually start doing like colors in a given area, but yeah. I am thinking no. I don't think that there is. Well, I mean, I could do orange for this.
Some pepper, everything to taste. Then we'll just give it a quick stir. This salsa has a dry, full tomato body with a touch of acidity, notes of parsimony with a tin finish, and very nice legs. We're going to say this is pretty low on the salsa spectrum. I mean, the worst salsa you can have is delicious salsa. From there you get to extra delicious salsa, super extra delicious salsa, super extra redonkulous salsa, salsulus redonkulus maximus, and then extra tasty is the best salsa you can have. Now you also get to decide how chunky or how thin you want your salsa. At the bottom of the puree scale, you get something like this. It's very, very thin. It doesn't get much smoother than this. On the chunkier side, you get something more like this. This is a really, really hearty, tasty salsa. You got really good flavor separation here. So now let's see if we can journey up a little higher on the salsa spectrum. Slice some fresh tomatoes.
Don't know if I'm actually going to be reusing this,
I forgot the cilantro in the original salsa. I forgot the green thing.
but I'm leaving it here for now.
There's a flaw in the system. All right, original
Just
salsa.
just for now. Alright, space science. Alright, so, I am unsure about the colors and stuff that I'm well, colors, like the concrete, almost pattern, I guess, that I'm using. I'm wondering if I should maybe try and, oh, I didn't mean to press E, I meant to press W. I was like moving my hand around.
Sweet thing, mango.
I don't know how the hell to sit in my chair. This is just a thing.
This jalapeno is not really hot at all. It's more just jalapeno. Pepper. That was pretty damn good. This sauce is very
I'm thinking that I want it to be dark.
Add a little honey, but I'm not going to because I have discipline. It's really up to you how much money you spend on a salsa. The cheapest probably would be if you just used a red thing and a green thing, like say a cup of your own blood and a few blades of grass. That's not going to tip the charts on the tastiness scale. Most expensively would be heirloom tomatoes, Everest parsley, Ferrari onions, diamond garlic, Pegasus honey, and star matter. The star matter also makes this the spiciest salsa. And at 100 million tons per teaspoon, you're going to feel pretty full after just a few bites. So this makes for a really good sharing salsa. Get out there, mix and match, feel it out, mix it up, work it out, mix it down.
Do I want to use it like that?
Sometimes you're in a situation where there just ain't any salsa there to shove it to your face. Yeah. So
I don't know.
get up, grab some ingredients and make it. Salsa's good, it's not balsa wood. If you say that you don't like it, that's
What
false.
in the world?
Just bang your little head against the wall and put all your taste
Okay, I need
buds
to
down.
stop watching things before people get the idea to try and make me watch things dedicatedly. Again.
Salsa, you can't exactly call someone. You're gonna have to make salsa right now. Hey, you suck at cooking. Oh my God, you suck at cooking.
To make spicy balsa, you want to take a couple strips.
High five! 100.
What is this, ASDF movie?
Oh.
I looked ahead to see what the song requests, well, quote-unquote song requests, were. Hey, it's midnight! Now Midnight Howl! What did you settle on for the Howl thing, by the way, Midnight?
You've got too many legs!
Where do babies come from?
Baby gun.
What?
Dear God.
Hey, Mr. Goose, what you doing?
Do I want to have it be like that, or do I want to change it to be black as well? Bark. Hello. Yes. Hi. The main reason space science is this color instead of white is because there is no white. Concrete.
That's my boy.
And like,
My boy.
oh,
Father hell. What's for dinner?
why not have it be this color instead?
Let's get this party started.
I guess we're basically working with a light theme here in that case. Cause here we're, is it a light theme? I guess, technically?
Are you ready to die? No? Then I'll come back later.
Oh, what kind of dog is he?
He's French. With?
When I grow up, I want to be a doctor, just like you.
Aw,
Alright.
you're not.
I have yet to settle. Has my name changed?
I'm free.
You are now Midnight Howlitzer.
Well, I got you.
Howling Howlitzer. Yeah.
Come on, everybody.
You're, well, I think with Google, name changes happen very fast. However, interestingly, I still see Midnight Howl as the original chat. I don't know if it'll save as that permanently, but, yeah. For now, there's Midnight Howling, Howlitzer.
Counter and trap cards to battle your friends.
Dear God, you just want to make me suffer with that song, don't you?
10 cards to win.
I don't like that song. It was way too overplayed.
Can and probably will happen. Find out where you can get muffin time at
Alright.
muffintimegame.com. Got your nose.
What's a nose?
Yeah, I think that's better.
No.
It doesn't have some random kind of concrete around it, then, yeah. Alright. Alright. The more you listen, the more you like it. That's so wrong. Alright. Anyways. I want to go around with... good God. Okay, you know what? Now that I think about it, do I actually want to keep these around? I mean, even if I get the range to expand, do I need to? I don't think I do in this vicinity. So,
Hungry, I'm bad.
Why did you name me this way? Why? I'm gonna do an internet. Well, I'm gonna do a book. Girl, leaving me, I've met a real man.
yeah, I guess I'm just disassembling all of the defenses that I worked really hard to do.
You're gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
Of course, I can always rebuild things, but like... yeah. It's actually quite nice to be able to undo a lot of things that I've built because it means that I can look forward to not having to work around them.
Here comes the airplane. I like trains. Honey, I'm pregnant. I can explain.
Okay, jump down.
I have no idea how to breathe.
Cow, I'm a cow. Hey, you got a license for that? You'll never take me alive.
Haha, they said I could never teach a llama to drive.
No llama, no.
Oh, I got stone randomly. Okay. I am curious how many laser turrets I still have left and like how many I've made and used. Yeah, I can just keep going through.
We're all gonna die.
Oop, autosave. Do. Subscribe to me because I do nothing. Which name do you prefer? I don't have much of a preference on what name you have.
MCM Comic Con in London this month, so come on by and say hi to this guy. The guy is me, to be clear, so manage your expectations.
I can make this be rail.
Side up and oh, fucking shit! You want to know the secret how to get that shit off? Use your fingernails. There you are, motherfucker. Hey, it's your girl Kathy, and I got some brand new shit. You better peep this. My shit don't stick. What are you making eggs? Or you cooking for robots? Most people can't stand this sound, but I can listen to it forever. Watch me now. Hey, yep, even lift, bro. Speed bomb! Woo! Look out, Spider-Man! Got that symbiote. Yeah, I bet you want some.
Curved rail is a separate thing, apparently.
Me? Well, you know why I like to keep my monkey hot. And don't burn yourself now, because that shit's fire. Then I slide into the plate like, oh, this is my original recipe. Dank chicken nuggies. I have infused this pan with the power of red copper. Now, you want to see some real shit? This is how I pick up a sandwich. Try that shit at home. I'm saving time and
Which name is the coolest?
then I drop a
I don't know. Howitzer, I guess? Although I don't know. Thematically, like easy to work with would just be howling. Like, in the sense that you are always like doing wolf dog things. That's just you. That is your character in a sense. That is your shtick. Well, not even necessarily shtick. Like, that's just how you behave. I don't know. It's your modus operandi. You just like me for my big cannon.
You were so promising back in the day. Freeing your siblings, overthrowing your tyrannical father Kronos, casting the Titans into Tartarus, becoming Lord of the Heavens, and ruling the ancient world with wisdom you got from absorbing your first wife. That's such a strong start for the heroic king of the gods. And sure, you married your sister, but like, that was traditional for gods. It could have been way worse. And then you spent centuries screwing with humanity, punishing Prometheus for trying to help them out, commissioning Pandora specifically to screw them over, and systematically having sex with as much of the female population as you could manage by any means necessary. I mean, you're the king of the gods, Lord of Thunder. You have a killer aesthetic. I want you to be cool. You have so much going for you. But there's only so much I can respect a god who routinely turns himself into livestock specifically for the purpose of boning unsuspecting humans. Some days I just really want to see you get your ass kicked. So in the early days of ancient Greece, Zeus and the fam had just overthrown Kronos and cast the Titans into Tartarus, and by all accounts, Gaia wasn't too happy about her last batch of children getting slam-dunked into the underworld's sewage outflow pipe. Now, because the modern image of Mother Nature is generally positive and nurturing, it can be easy to forget that personality-wise, Gaia covered all of nature. You know, storms, volcanoes, earthquakes, landslides. There's plenty of nice, happy tree stuff happening on the side, but in Greek mythology, Gaia mostly makes monsters, and this story is no exception. With Tartarus itself,
Yes.
Gaia gives birth to the monstrous Typhon, a kaiju-sized eldritch abomination with loads of heads, flaming eyes, and just a whole bunch of snakes. Now, Typhon is unironically the biggest threat in Greek mythology. While primordial titans like Gaia and Uranos were physically bigger, they also had a lot less agency and didn't tend to directly oppose the gods. And while there were monsters aplenty, most of them were small enough that they could be taken down by one hero at a time, with maybe the bare minimum of divine assistance or the occasional flying horse. Typhon is in a weight class of his own. Physically huge and incredibly powerful, Typhon is more like a force of nature than a monster. He also plays into the Greek mythological succession cycle, where each ruler of the cosmos is successively overthrown by a new generation of gods. With Kronos defeating Uranus and Zeus defeating Kronos, Typhon is next in the
Let me
lineup
sing
to
this
take on
song.
Zeus
Like
and
people
become
out.
the new But before he
Woo!
starts off with godfighting, the
Woo!
first thing he does is
I
he
don't know.
goes and shacks up with the monstrous half-beautiful nymph, half-giant snake called Echidna. It's not her fault, guys. It was her name first. Anyway, Typhon and Echidna have a bunch of monster babies.
Oh, I
including
have a
the
lot of
Chimera,
these,
the
actually,
Hydra,
to
the Sphinx, the Nemean
get rid
Lion,
of still.
and Kerberos. With that out of the way, and plenty of antagonists established for future
Oh yeah, Typhon had everyone's favorite heck pupper.
The Olympians are so spooked by this fire-breathing Godzilla-sized snake monster that they shapeshift into animals and run away all the way to Egypt, which is a little random until you notice that Artemis turns into a cat, Hermes turns into an ibis, Zeus turns into a ram, and yeah, basically this is a little bit of early syncretism. It's specifically the ancient Greek explanation for why the Egyptians worshipped animal gods. As far as they were concerned, Bast was cat Artemis, Thoth was ibis Hermes, Amun was ram Zeus, etc. Pretty neat. But Zeus waits just long enough for the Egyptian artists to get his good side before turning back and hucking some lightning bolts at Typhon, driving the monster back before getting him close with an adamantine sickle. But when Zeus goes in for the kill, Typhon surprise grapples him and turns the tables by ripping out his tendons like he's a misbehaving chicken leg. So with Zeus's strength
Dear
now
God.
roughly on par with a spaghetti plate, Typhon
forgot about
tosses him
that.
into a cave along with all of his loose tendons, and sets the half-beautiful nymph, half-enormous f***you dragon Delphine to guard it. Surprisingly, she's apparently got no relation to Echidna, the other half-lady, half-snake thing in the story. Anyway, then Typhon wanders off to presumably do giant monster things like knocking over buildings and
I love overly
but
sarcastic
luckily,
production, so I don't
unlike
wanna
the overthrown King
I don't wanna
Arthur,
talk over
Zeus
Red.
doesn't languish for long, as Hermes and Pan sneak into the cave, retrieve his tendons, and restring him like the world's horniest ukulele. Now back at full power and presumably very annoyed, Zeus charges off after Typhon at a truly epic
Is he
battle.
a ukulele, though?
Volcanoes, fire everywhere, thunderbolts and lightning, very, very frightening me, you know, the works. Eventually, Zeus's thunderous assault wears Typhon down, and when he tries to run, Zeus responds with his characteristic sportsmanship and drops a mountain on his head. This produces the famous Mount Etna, one of the world's most active stratovolcanoes, and supposedly also the home to Hephaestus's forges, which seems like a bit of a workplace hazard, I'm not gonna lie. Takes a lot of work to beat out the inherent dangers of working in an active volcano, but an imprisoned mega kaiju in the next room over manages it pretty handily. Anyway, Typhon's imprisonment is used to explain why Mount Etna is always getting the rumblies, and he's also credited with being responsible for the world's ill winds that cause bad weather or bring storms. And fun fact, despite what one might assume, this is not actually the origin of the word typhoon, since while the etymologies are similar, typhoons don't happen in Europe, only in Asia. The word itself seems to have originated with the Chinese word for big wind, then been reinforced by the Arabic word for cyclonic storm, and finally lightly spiced with the Greek word typhon when it made the jump into English. I think the lesson here is that the real monster was the English language all along.
We been new.
Sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? Black hole sun, won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? So you might have heard that Krishna is kind of a really big deal in Hinduism. Simultaneously, the god of love and compassion, the eighth avatar of Vishnu, and the supreme god Svayam Bhagwan, he's got a lot going on. As with most things in Hinduism, aka the oldest still living religion in the world, Krishna has a lot of different interpretations and no single universally agreed upon canon. And even by the standards of Hinduism, Krishna is especially enigmatic, with very unclear mythological origins. His name just means black or dark blue in Sanskrit, which is why he's typically represented with blue or black skin in the art. And while Krishna plays a major role in the Mahabharata is nearly 10 times as long as the Iliad and the Odyssey combined, and I honestly have no idea how I could possibly summarize it in any meaningful way without making it a full-length movie, and plenty of those already exist, so no, we are not talking about the Mahabharata today. Instead, let's talk about some stories of Krishna's childhood, and a sampling of the shenanigans.
Alright, let's...
As with most people, Krishna's story begins well before he's officially born, when two people who love each other very much decide to make a baby together. But in this case, there's a third party involved, Vishnu. See, Vishnu is the supreme deity of preservation, flanked by the creator deity Brahma and the destroyer deity Shiva, and it's basically his job to preserve the cosmic order of things. When it looks like things are going out of whack, Vishnu incarnates as a Dashavatara to set things right. In this case, there are just too many gosh darn evil kings running around, and someone's gotta do something about it. One such evil king is a guy named Kansa, and he's got a sister Devaki who marries this other guy Vasudeva. But on their wedding day, a divine voice helpfully and loudly informs them that Devaki and Vasudeva's eighth son will end Kansa's rule and kill him. Kansa responds to this prophecy with the characteristic level-headedness expected from an evil king by imprisoning Devaki and Vasudeva in the dungeons and killing each of their kids as soon as they're born.
Did you see Red and Joe Cat's Crap Kite to Dungeon Master? Yes, I did.
relocates his little fetus body from
I do believe they, on the overly sarcastic podcast, when Joe Cat was on, it was mentioned how red and blue were both in there.
Either another avatar of Vishnu or an avatar of the Naga king Shesha, depending on who you ask. Forget about him for now, because it's Krishna time, baby. So the 8th baby is born while Devaki's asleep, and Vasudeva wakes up and finds that the prison is magically open and the guards are all asleep. Guided by some helpful divine intervention, Vasudeva runs with the baby to the town of Gokul and swaps the baby Krishna for the newborn daughter of another couple, Yashoda and Nanda, so that Krishna will be safely out of Kansa's reach, but the king won't get suspicious about a missing baby. Vasudeva returns to the prison with the girl. When Kansa comes to kill the kid, the baby turns into the warrior goddess Durga, tells Kansa his destroyer's already been born and he's basically boned, and then vanishes. So Kansa starts freaking out, Devaki and Vasudeva chill in prison and wait for their absent kid to save them, and baby Krishna begins his childhood. So Krishna is an amazingly delightful baby, and everybody instantly loves him. They actually throw him a full-on party just for being so great. But not everyone's having a good time, as back in his castle of evil, Kansa's stressing over his prophesied destroyer. He knows to hedge his bets and conscripts the help of a monstrous demon called Putana to have her kill all the newborn children in his kingdom, anyone under 10 days old. Putana's always down for a little infanticide, so she gets to it. And of course, when she arrives in Gokul, all anyone's talking about is this amazing new baby everybody loves. So Putana transforms into a beautiful young woman to avoid suspicion and asks if she can see the baby, and then asks if maybe she could breastfeed the baby. A little weird, but okay, I guess. But Putana isn't just being a weirdo. She's actually poisoned her boobs. How dastardly. But baby Krishna
Poisoned
doesn't
breast
die.
milk.
Instead,
Who would have thought?
because as it turns out, Krishna's skipping the milk and going straight to drinking Putana's life force. Yet another reason why babies are terrifying. Putana freaks out and tries to shake him off, even reverting to her true form to try and scare him, but Krishna is determined to get a good meal in, and Putana full-on dies. So that's Krishna's first foray into using his phenomenal cosmic powers to eat stuff he probably shouldn't. Next up...
Phenomenal cosmic powers.
What, you thought I was
Itty bitty
Balarama and the other kids
baby
are eating
teeth?
fruit off
I
the
don't know.
trees, but Krishna is an itty-bitty toddler and can't reach the fruit. So instead of being left out, he starts eating mud. Balarama runs to tell Yashoda that Krishna's eating mud, and when she tells Krishna to open his mouth and show her, he reluctantly does. And instead of the expected small number of baby teeth and a large amount of dirt, Yashoda sees the entire universe. I think that's when you close the toddler's mouth and walk away. Continues his adventures in eating things.
Guy I don't see is subscribing.
This time with
To
the
you?
butter his mother is making. Krishna's way into butter. It's like a whole thing. So while he's waiting for her to finish churning it so he can figure out how to steal it, a fruit seller comes to the door selling mangoes, and Krishna's father Nanda gives her a full
Ooh.
basket of
Actually,
grain
do I
and she
want
fruit.
to
Krishna
keep
thus learns
the
valuable capitalist lesson that grain can be exchanged for mangoes. And
rails
since he's
here?
hungry already, Krishna
I don't
decides
know
to
if I
hold
actually
off on
need
butter
them.
because it's mango time. So he grabs two little
You know what? I'll leave them for now. I'll get rid of them as I need to.
As he's fretting, the fruit seller sees his
I'll
distress
also
and just
move up
gives
my
him
microphone
another
just a
mango
little
anyway,
bit.
because let's be
Alright,
real, when there's something you
now.
probably don't want to eat it anyway. Krishna is so grateful that the fruit seller's basket of grain suddenly transforms into a basket of gold and jewels. Turned out better than most trays with toddlers. So while Krishna's getting up to his adorable food-based shenanigans, evil King Kansa is still fretting over his destined defeat, and conscripts another demon to try and kill Krishna. This demon is Arishtashara, who heads to Gokul, turns into a huge bull, and starts tearing the place up in the hopes of luring out Krishna. And sure enough, Krishna hears the commotion and dips out of his cow-herding business to go deal with the little demon problem. So Krishna confronts the demon bull, throwing out a couple of
I have
insults
quite a lot of energy shields. Do I want to have another personal report? Do I actually have another one that I made? I forget.
As the bull demon dies, it turns into a guy, who explains he was turned into a demon because he accidentally disrespected his guru, but now that Krishna's killed him, he's been released from the cycle of rebirth and has attained lasting peace. Yay! Kansa should try hiring bad guys that don't secretly want to die. So Kansa keeps sending demons to kill Krishna, and it keeps not working, and eventually he's at the end of his rope and decides if you want someone killed right, you kill him yourself. Or rather, you get him in a wrestling ring with two unbeatable wrestlers and have them kill him themselves. So Kansa arranges a great big wrestling festival and invites the now teenage Krishna and Balarama to attend. Of
I
course,
need
this
a
will
lot
be
more
most
blue
events
circuits.
Krishna
Actually, not that
has
many more. I have 200.
inspired
And it needs 210. But I need a lot of batteries. Okay.
And even though you're not supposed to kill your opponents in these wrestling matches, he's so big and strong.
Yeah, I have so many construction robots.
And on Kansa's orders, he
Let me...
kills Krishna, so
Rail me,
he
guy.
keeps
Let me drive
fighting
my van into your
Krishna
heart.
keeps
Oh my
taunting
god.
Krishna, trying to goad him into
Ay,
Krishna's
ay, ay.
got that kind of supremely indestructible chill that comes from being the flawless living
You
incarnation
aren't Greg
of
Universe.
beauty, and Krishna is not having any luck getting under his skin. Although when he insults Krishna's dad, Krishna takes it as a matter of greater honor and agrees to wrestle with him. Meanwhile, a second champion wrestler, Mushtika, tries to taunt Balarama into the ring, which works immediately because Balarama has no chill and also he instantly breaks Mushtika's neck. Chanura barely has time to wonder if he possibly made a mistake before Krishna breaks his neck. Wait, you
Oop.
thought this would be hard? This is Krishna we're talking about. So Kansa freaks out and draws his sword, but that obviously doesn't do him much good, and Krishna kills him too, thus fulfilling the whole prophecy dealio and officially fixing everything. Krishna then goes on to have a long and fulfilling life of making sure the right kings are on the right thrones, hanging out with the Pandava brothers, and duplicating himself so he can bang 16,000 princesses at the same time. Sit down, Aphrodite. There's a new love god in town.
My God.
On sheer numbers. I'm still standing.
That's so many fucking people.
Looking like a true survivor,
That's a lot of banging.
feeling like a little kid.
Um,
I'm still standing after all this time.
okay.
At the pieces of my life without you on my mind. I'm still standing. There's something very modular about fairy tales. The individual building blocks are firmly established and don't tend to change.
How many batteries do I have right now?
Princes, beautiful princesses, feisty knights,
Yada yada yada. Where are batteries? 442. How many do I need? 495. Okay.
The works. Spin a few wheels and throw a few darts, and out pops a fairy tale.
So.
Frog Prince, a dashing prince, is cursed by an evil witch to become a friendly talking animal until he is saved by a beautiful princess. It's pretty telling that most of these stories don't even bother to.
Let me grade your
The
universe.
role they film matters a lot more than their actual individual character. But despite how basic the archetypes are, the stories they slot into can still be really unique. And while most of us have a
All right.
passing knowledge of the big names,
I can make
like
that now.
Riding Hood, Hansel and Gretel, and anything Disney ever monetized, there's a lot of really neat stuff out there that doesn't get the same kind of press. So today let's talk about a bite-sized Norwegian fairy tale with dashing princes, heroic peasants, and at least one dragon. Our story begins with a benevolent king and queen.
A story which actually was referenced in an earlier video, the Dragons one.
Bummed out about that whole situation and is out for a walk sublimating her feelings.
I say that because I recently rewatched that.
Happens to be a witch. The
Or
lady
well,
has
watch
to
someone
survive.
react to it.
The queen fills her in on the no kids
Anyways.
situation. She gives her some cryptic advice, telling the queen to take a two-handled jug and put it upside down.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that one, yeah."
Will have grown under it, one red
Anyways.
and one white. The queen should choose one rose to eat. Red if she wants a son, white for a daughter. But under no circumstances should she eat.
The version of this myth I heard on Spirits, by the way, was the onion version.
Much, but the next day
Real
she-
great.
Surprisingly, the witch was
Okay.
right on the money and the roses have really grown. She agonizes for a bit over which one to eat, reasoning that a son might eventually need to go off to war. and
So,
a daughter will
now I have the ability to handle, it's what, 50 robots per? Docking ports can do, they don't give you an extended construction area, but you do get the robot limit of 50.
One healthy baby boy and one lindworm, aka a dragon. Those magical pre-ultrasound.
I'm not sure why docking ports are separate.
Hope that was a hallucination and just doesn't bring it up ever. Neato. So,
I don't think they can.
Dashing Prince grows to be a very
Yeah, they can't recharge anything faster. Maybe it's just the fact that they don't have more construction area.
The road is blocked by a massive lindworm that tells him a bride for me before a bride for you. The prince heads back, thoroughly confused, and the queen confesses that the lindworm is actually right on the money. Technically, he was born first, making him the older brother, so he kind of has to get married first. So the king starts
Yeah.
far-off
I mean, I have a reasonably
his
big
son, though
building
he
area,
is the
but yeah.
witch son, and when the
I'm
right
so
time
tired, you
arrives,
say.
a large wedding is held, and she's married off to the lindworm, who promptly eats her. The lindworm still demands a bride, since evidently
I
devouring
don't know.
a bride on the wedding night means the wedding doesn't count. So the king writes to a different kingdom, gets a second beautiful princess shipped over, and the exact same thing happens. Now, never let it be said that these benevolent royals can't learn from their mistakes. The king's not too eager to make an enemy of a third kingdom, so instead he goes to his royal shepherd and tells him his beloved and conveniently expendable daughter is going to marry.
I slept for 4 hours after work, then spent my day making my boyfriend dinner for his birthday and watching HBO Harley Quinn. Head back here for family vacation. Fun. I mean, at least you weren't, like, physically overexerting yourself or something. Although I can keep 2,000 of the walls on me. I had so many stacks of walls, I'm not even going to try to keep track of all those. I know that I'm going to definitely wind up having way more laser turrets than this. Yeah.
she tells him to lose his skin. He's a bit thrown by this request, but agrees. But after he sheds the skin, surprise, she's got another dress on. Guess you better lose another skin if you want a piece of this. They repeat the process several times, and by the time the shepherdess is down to her last dress, the lindworm is in pretty rough shape. This is when the plan enters phase 2. Following the witch's instructions to the letter, the shepherdess grabs a whip, which I guess the castle staff just assumed was for totally kosher bedroom fun times, dips it in the lye,
Hee hee hee.
then she dumps the milk over him, and then, possibly most surprisingly, she hugs him. The next day, the staff are shocked to discover that the shepherdess is not only alive, but cuddling up to a very handsome, dashing prince, with the lindworm officially freed from his
And for a
cursed
total of
existence by
48
being
hours this
literally
week.
whipped into
Ugh.
shape. The kingdom
How does the
is
whole
destroyed,
extra
and
shift a
Lindworm
week
will
count as
reign
overexertion?
The prince and the shepherdess are
Or
happily
does a
married,
whole
but
extra shift a week
everyone
count
lives happily
as
ever
overexertion?
except for those two princesses
Maybe.
who got murdered.
Maybe,
Sorry,
yeah.
ladies, but someone's gotta pay
I was about to say just in a single day, but yeah. Oh my god, the background vocals red. To life. Ay. Okay. So,
Hi, I'm the only thing standing between you and repeating the 7th grade, Trixie Mattel.
And I'm a hot slut, ready for action. Katya.
And welcome to.
What was I
Show where we
thinking?
talk about whatever
What
we
was I
want.
doing?
It's our show.
And not yours.
Oh yeah, I was making more robots.
Hilarious.
Okay. So,
Listen, when you look at
it's all night shift, so I spend the day sleeping and the night working and watching my computer screen. Yes.
health,
Yes, I've gotten that.
diet, nutrition, being active. Think of it as a large geometric shape with many corners and facets.
Like a triangle.
For your whole life,
Always
you're gonna be
fun.
rolling around the floor. Like a cat toy. Because all parts of it are equally important. In beauty school, we talked about health, which is not the same as wellness.
No.
Wellness is your health and your spirit, your mind,
Yeah,
your
it's
emotions.
The overall, all-encompassing
Wellness.
picture of me as a fully realized human being.
And wellness requires a certain amount of maintenance and follow-up.
I mean, I guess maybe I could just go around like this, because I do just have
Yeah.
walls and laser turrets.
Being an icon and traveling all over the world, I've learned what my body can do and what it can't do.
Yeah, the limits of your physicality, that's an important thing to gauge, because if you want to be the best version of yourself, you need to find out what's going to kill you.
What I've learned
So.
is when I fly to like Australia, I cannot not
Yeah.
bowel movement.
Oh, well, see, I'm different. You know, I only poop 3 times a week.
And I don't have any other roboports left on this. No. Okay, good. I don't want to have any stray roboports, so
Don't live.
yeah.
to eat.
Right. Your body is an instrument.
It gives me the opportunity to make, you know, proper roboport networks, like small and localized eventually,
No.
for
Whose
whatever.
lipstick is on here?
MG Sherbert Shenanigans is getting a manga published. Internally, I'm squealing.
Rinse your
Cascade.
Can you explain Sherbet
I'm
Shenanigans?
a vegetarian. I've been since I was 9 years old. Because I used to watch the movie Charlotte's Web every day.
Is it like a...
Wilbur getting
I don't know, it feels like it would be like a slice of life anime, but I don't know. You can never tell with some names.
Okay. Cool. Came here to be judged.
Nutrition is not an exact science. Everybody's different.
Everybody's different. Did you know that the Subway diet consists of eating 2 subs a day, 400 calories each? The adult person needs way more calories than 800. What kind of diet doesn't include exercise and includes a restaurant? I'll tell you, a restaurant trying to make money off your poor self-esteem.
Now listen, I know you're not going to take advice from me. I've been battling the thin all my life. A quick fix is not a long-term, does not equal long-term success.
I like a Slim Fast.
It's all sugar.
No, it's not. Slim Fast is for skipping meals and like fighting hunger feelings.
Fighting hunger.
And if you're somebody like me who's a vegetarian, it's important to know what you're not getting in your diet and then go get it.
Yes, of course.
Like I'm not getting enough love.
Right.
So sometimes I like to go make sure I buy love.
Yeah. Hookers. Beets. Beets are a way to get your folic acid. Hookers are a way to get some love.
I don't think I'm deploying all of my robots, which is...
Bowl of steel cut
Hmm.
with milk.
Search Sherbet Shenanigans on YouTube, doofus. He's heckin' adorable and you should know who he is.
Yes, yes, yes. Chia seeds are wonderful as well, absolutely. And then
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Chia Seed.
Yeah, chia seeds. And no, this is real. This is absolutely real. To be, we're gonna be real. We're gonna be real women. We're gonna be real wives. I had a
Okay,
large
Google
coffee.
time.
I had coffee before.
Or,
that.
well, I guess YouTube time.
Wearing coffee beans. And then
Sherbet
coffee
Sherbet Shenanigans.
and a Red Bull.
Some people.
Uh-huh.
My son
Maybe
probably eat
you've
chicken every day.
maybe you've requested something on that from
All of our
Sherbet.
metabolisms are like
Oh hey, Pokeroo has a video on how
Jasmine Masters is fully like
Sherbet
full
Shenanigans, the first furry with an anime series.
blunt,
This was
glass
a
of
year
wine,
ago, but
like, something
a
from
6-foot
7-Eleven.
hoagie. Yeah, and she has never worked out a
She
day in
has-
her life.
huh. And now Sherbet Shenanigans has
Textbook
The only
has a
body
manga
image
coming?
I have is in the trunk of my car.
That's fun.
Kidnapping. What's the deal with that?
You know, it's a good way to get some upper body strength.
Oh yeah. What did you know? 5 hours ago, Magical Beast Sherbet. Or Sherbert. It's not Sherbet, it's Sherbert. Apparently. Sherbert Shenanigans. Anyways, Magical Beast Sherbert, the manga series announcement trailer.
You're just
I'm
finding
presuming it
yourself
says
on-
trailer. It just cut off at announcement
body
T,
structure
but
at work. Cool.
you know. Give me the T, sis. I don't even know.
Like a grizzled miner, a malnourished grizzled.
This is
population.
this is working much faster now that it's actually like deploying all of my robots,
Get the fuck out with
which
that.
is a good thing.
You're that bird.
Yeah,
Covered in coal, feathers plucked
Yeah.
off.
just the heart of Appalachia.
The absolute truth is, you only are what you eat.
Well, yeah,
Your body is only made up of what you put into it.
Yeah.
Factual.
yeah. And here's the
Literally.
Not the schoolhouse rock way where you eat an apple and your head turns into an apple. If you have a glass of wine or 6,
You're a drunk. You're a drunk.
Or 6.
And the
if
thing
you're
is,
like me and you get sad and you go to Flaming Saddles in Santa Monica and you get 4 Woodford Reserve bourbons and you have to have someone put you in an Uber,
yeah. And then they touch you. You deserved it.
you deserved it.
No, you have to realize that we don't necessarily have access to the foods that are going to nourish us. The industries are created because why? Because things are cheap. They're designed to make money.
They're designed to tempt us.
Right, and the thing is that if it tastes good and it's cheap, that does not equal nutrition usually.
It feels like
Big
they're not
food,
all deploying.
Companies are designed to turn a profit
Hmm.
turn you into, fearsome. Or maybe it's a little.
Is this just a Factorio bug or I don't know.
Is that a drag queen?
No, probably because
She
she's
is
not.
there?
She's an obscure reference.
Oh, I have fully gone to an airport at like 4 a.m. and gone to the Starbucks and been like, can you just get 4 of those cake pops?
Yeah,
Or
or-
you only have 3? Can you make any more?
I mean, how many times has this happened to you? I've taken a Sprite out of the mini.
Is it just based on the number of things that are out
It's just what's available within an arm's reach.
that need to be
And that usually
dealt
within
with,
an
or
arm's, what's within
I don't
the
know.
7-Eleven. If we don't have the time and we don't have the money,
I feel like normally
you live alone.
it's faster than this.
Body.
Yeah.
And you'll have no one around to tell you you look fat in that outfit.
It helps
Huh.
to make a batch of something they can have throughout the week. That's what I do with oatmeal. Steel cut oatmeal takes 25 minutes to cook. Am I gonna do that every day? Absolutely not. I don't even know how to use a stove. Everything. in
Oh, of
America
course,
has
there are
a
2
stove.
trailers.
That's how they get it sold.
Except salt. Salt is salt.
But salt doesn't sell. Sex sells. That's why I'm wearing this dress.
Well, they have that Morton salt girl painted up like a whore with
Yeah,
that
with
umbrella.
the dog pulling at her. Is that the one with the dog pulling at
No,
her
that's
bathing
the
suit?
banana
That's
boat.
Coppertone. Oh yeah. Oh okay.
Oh, Coppertone. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and you gotta think about some people don't have access to any food or water,
Yeah.
and they're doing great. So what's your excuse?
I love how this is so big, you can just barely not be able to see the whole thing, the whole of this, because of my massive toolbar,
Robo-tripping.
or tool belt,
Dextro make both or something like that.
whatever.
I got a rash, or at least
Like, it's just that big.
that traveled all the way down into
Yep.
It was like that thick. It traveled.
Is that where all the scarring?
Anyways,
Just from
She got into drag because she started to wear this heavy of foundation every day. And then people were like, pop on a lash and go do a number.
Yeah.
She was like, all right.
a little over 9 minutes until I have to go and move sprinklers around. Real fun.
Hi, I'm the scab that fell off that girl Vanessa's knee on the bus in 3rd grade, and she ate it. Trixie Mattel.
And I'm a grateful cornucopia filled with lunch meat. Katya.
And welcome to the show where we talk about whatever we want.
BRB. Okay.
Thanksgiving edition.
Yeah, what are you grateful for right off the bat? Oh, sorry. What are you
This is what I'm
grateful
thankful
for?
for. Obviously, and this is 1,000% real, I'm thankful for you.
Waiting for all my robots. I have so goddamn many, but I don't know if they're all deployed. No, I have 100 in my inventory. Why are they not all deploying? This feels weird. Why aren't they?
This is to the editors. This is so we can call Chris and Ron at any time.
Yeah.
Chris and Ron, thank you so much.
Yeah, we need to talk to upstairs. Obviously, I'm grateful for you because I'm in love with you.
I'm grateful for the fact that you turned off your phone before we started.
I've reinvigorated my gratitude for a thing that was always played a big part in my life, and I didn't know what was missing.
I love how song requests have just occasionally turned into request the video that is on some subject, from how to suck at cooking. You suck at cooking. Overly sarcastic productions. Just like whatever.
Kazoo lessons. I've been taking kazoo lessons at the Y. Always looking for ways to better myself.
You want the truth, you want the tea, you want to spill the tea. It's every day is Thanksgiving.
Oh honey, Thanksgiving. Oh honey, thanks living. If you can't tell, I am a fan of.
You're a whore. You do anal intercourse.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I do believe I've seen every episode. Yes, I have seen every episode. A good number of them, twice or more.
I'm not trying to go somewhere where they have like fresh
Okay, I need to like stretch out my legs because I've just sort of been
if you don't have money,
scrunched up in some sort of pose that I think I thought was comfortable, but now is just it was just starting to cut off my circulation to my legs, and it was not good. All right.
you put on the cranberries and you do the mashed potato, bitch, because that's what Thanksgiving is about.
What happens when they go zombie? Is it okay to be?
Something I'm thankful for is that you continue to entertain friendship with me when all I do is interrupt you.
Because you're so entertaining, it's worth it.
Would you say that every time I interrupt you, what I was going to say turns out better than what you would have said?
No.
So I should keep interrupting.
I like dry turkey with a lot of salt. I do. That's not a joke. What is that? Is it a joke?
People could also at Thanksgiving listen to the band Core.
Oh God.
We should be more thankful all the time, but
All the time for everything.
Ay, ay, ay.
Limbs, 5 if I'm horny.
5 if I have a bike pump on hand.
I just feel like I need to just express myself. Hold on.
Yeah.
You into Kenny G at all? How about Yo-Yo Ma?
Thanksgiving for you is just it's a table full of people just
Propped up like a Puerto Rican
vegetable
funeral.
status.
Yeah. I just go
Like,
around
awake.
pulling the plug.
They all have sunglasses on.
Yeah.
And it's like, more corn, Cousin Deborah? And you pass her this cream corn and she...
I just mush it into her mouth with my fingers. You have no appetite again. Is November a tough month for you?
Sometimes I take a yam and I don't even know what that is. You know
What is a
I
yam?
feel like the real
What the fuck is a yam?
I don't know, girl. It's a sham.
What's spam? That's a sham. That's a scam. Yam is a sham. Spam is a scam.
What?
You just rapped and then did your rap pose.
That was fire. What's your favorite holiday album? Any Thanksgiving songs? Nothing
Holiday
immediately
album?
comes to mind.
Holiday
We're not on
album?
Christmas yet, Mama. Don't jump the boom boom gun.
Thanksgiving album? Who has a Thanksgiving album?
I do. Here we go. Ready? This is my whole song, full song. Ready?
Yeah.
Thank God for pizza. That's it. Down for Thanksgiving. DFT. Down
When
for
you're sitting at the
Thanksgiving.
table and you're eating turkey and you and your cousin are both
I
eating
can't
alike to
even.
sing same parts.
Yeah, and guess what?
When the wishbone breaks, we diddle.
Katya is the same queen who wrote Ding Dong.
Your wishboner.
Oh my god, this is the episode where it went flying into space. Oh.
You know what the like traveling during the holidays makes me want to do?
Anyways, for reference as to what that weird and then silence was, that was a fan being thrown into space.
This is when you're used to carrying a knife, but you're trying not to kill anyone.
And then unfurling it of Thorpe.
This is your placebo. Do you ever go like, pass me the guns?
That was me unfurling a fan away from the microphone. Just, you know, because I don't want to deafen all of my viewers.
I would not snatch your eyeball out. Maybe your contact.
My eyeball definitely.
Oh my god, this is the same is this all from the same episode?
Can I spray you with this every time?
Thanksgiving really gave us that many fucking things. It gave us Thanksgiving, it gave us the Thorpe that went into space, it gave us the I told you not to talk about that. To snatching your contact.
But you know what though? There's plenty of restaurants that deliver Thanksgiving feasts. Would you do it? Would you get
Like
on wheels, creamed corn?
My grandson is studying magic.
I don't
My goodness.
Tell your family you're not going to be at Thanksgiving, and then when they go to check the turkey,
Iconic episodes. They give us life.
Capping. No, you didn't know I was going to be here. And then they put two little white things on your feet, like the turkey things.
Yeah, and they baste me with my own butt juice.
Basting. No, it's when you come on your boyfriend, your bae. Basting.
No, it's when you bite his butt with your teeth. Basting.
Dear God.
Can I have a high five?
Hi there, I'm Stacy Gash, and I want to talk to you about the real meaning of Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving? What does Thanksgiving mean to me?
Well, let me show you.
I'm just a turkey. I don't know what time of year it is, but I hope I don't get shot for feeding. Do turkey
Oh,
like
also
Red Bull?
just
Of course.
Trixie as a turkey.
Fast, baby. I got 5 heavy triple
Dear
giant
God.
on my tail. Come over here, turkey. I want to kill you and eat you for Thanksgiving. No! Spoiler alert, I don't kill turkeys, I fuck them.
That.
Because what you see...
Oh my god. And then Katya just starts trying to sing the same parts. Oh my god.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to because they're turkeys.
We actually look really cute together right now. Cover up your nipples, have some dignity.
Fucking.
And don't forget to subscribe. That is to AnnCoulter.com.
I didn't know I could do that.
Alright, have I gotten rid of all of that? I believe so. Now there is very little evidence of my destructive tirade except for... Oh, there goes the timer. Very little evidence of my destructive tirade except for all of the craters. You know, just all of the nuclear fallout and the fact that there are not really biters around anymore. Like, all of these biters are not actually there anymore. That's just the map from when it last updated. So, yeah. Okay, so. Does that need to be there? Yes. Alright. I need to go and move sprinklers around. I don't fucking know how long that'll take. I will be back. So I'm going to pause the game. And just leave. Please wait. We'll be right back. Alright. BRB, I guess. Do I pause song requests? Nah, I'll leave it running. Alright. Be right back. Well, right back. We'll see what right back is. I'll be back. If I remember to turn off the microphone.
Here comes a thought that might alarm me. What someone said and how it harmed me. Something I did that failed to be charming. Things that I said are suddenly swarming. And oh, I'm losing sight. I'm losing touch. All these little things seem to matter so much that they confuse me. That I might lose me. Take a moment, remind yourself to take a moment and find yourself. Take a moment and ask yourself if this is how we fall apart. But it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not, but it's not. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. I've got nothing, got nothing, got nothing, got nothing to fear. I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And it was just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought, just a thought. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. We can watch, we can watch, we can watch, we can watch them go by. From here, from here, from here. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust. Take a moment to think of just flexibility, love, and trust.
For full episodes of your favorite shows, download the Cartoon Network app.
This is Garnet, back together. And I'm never going down at the hands of the likes of you, because I'm so much better. And every part of me is saying go get her. The two of us ain't gonna follow your rules. Come at me without any of your fancy tools. Let's go, just me and you. Let's go, just 1 on 2. Go ahead and try hit me if you're able. Can't you see that my relationship is stable? I can see you hate the way we intermingle, but I think you're just mad cause you're single. And you're not gonna stop what we made together. We are gonna stay like this forever. If you break us apart, we'll just come make you up. And we'll always be twice the gem that you are. I am a
Okay, ship, turn us around.
This is who we are. This is who I am. And if you think you can stop me, then you need to think again. Because I am a feeling, and I will never end. And I won't let you hurt my planet. I won't let you hurt my friends. Go ahead and try hit me if you're able. Can't you see that my relationship is stable? I know you think I'm not something you're afraid of, cause you think that you see what I'm made of. But I am even more than the two of them. Everything they care about is what I am. I am their fury, I am their patience, I am a conversation. I am a stronger than you.
Alright, I think I made excellent time based on the song that is currently playing. Okay. Just moving things. pop filter and fun stuff. All right. Excuse me. All right. Sorry. Sorry? Sir? 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 I don't fucking know. Alright, what I need to figure out is, like, how far down and out the main core of the circuit board goes. And then what's outside of it? That's a good question. I had that, and then I had the normal concrete on the outside. Right, because the original was all plain stone brick, but then I made it concrete. Or is it refined concrete? I think it's refined concrete, yeah. So that it still stood out. I'm just trying to go back through and figure out what on earth prompted most of my design decisions. My answer is I need to figure out what I'm gonna stick with. Because at this point, I have started to develop different styles in different places, and I'm not sure what to do. This is the original plain style. I do still need to fix those little edges, but that's the thing. This was like my second attempt at a style. I guess I kind of get what I'm going for here, but also, I don't know. Like, at the very least, this is easier to figure out and define than this. Because, like, that is not always how it goes. Like, you probably realize how the beacons are really weirdly aligned. And, like, do I include the belts? Or not? Like, ugh. I was able to do it on the purple as well. Apologies. Yeah, so I made the purple all nice and lined up. Well, lined up. All nice and, like, colored along the same metrics. So I'm thinking I actually will go ahead and change all of this. So that it is the same. Let's actually start here. Okay, so I built it on the outside. Was it just one layer? No, it was, yes, it did go over. Okay. It goes over everything. Do 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 do. Boop. 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 3, 1, 2, 3. What song is this again? Oh yeah. Of all things, it's Big Time Rush. Weirdly enough, it almost feels more like it would be who am I thinking of? I don't even fucking remember their name. Wow. One Direction. I have to not think about it to suddenly think of it. Anyways, yes, fucking One Direction. That's who I'm suddenly reminded of. Okay. Do I want this all to be red, or do I want it to stay plain concrete? Because there's only one belt, it can't be perfectly centered. It's just a problem. Yeah. I could divide it into 2 yellow belts, but that would look ugly and be pointless, so no. I do kind of wish that I had, like, besides refined concrete, like different types of color concrete that also weren't the, you know, the warning concrete. You know? Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, I bet that there are other mods that have colored concrete, but I don't want to add a bunch of them. Yeah, anyways. I'll leave this as uncolored refined concrete around. Oh, hey! Midnight is back. I can also size it up just a little bit. Like I am, you know, blending out something that's already, you know, that. Yeah. So, 7. Do. I was forgetting whether or not I actually needed those, and no, I did not. All right. Shakira! I do realize, actually, I totally could blueprint some of these, but like... especially this, now that I think about it. But like... sometimes robots are weird about placing concrete. So maybe not. Anyways, bumping my microphone. You know what? I recently changed my mic from hanging and pointing downward to pointing upward again, and now I'm remembering why I had it the way I did. I was wondering whether or not it would be able to sound better with it like this, and the answer is no, it doesn't. It gets chords out of the way a little bit. Like, I don't have to worry about one of my cords, the one that actually runs out of the microphone into my laptop. I don't have to worry about that one running into this little like fastener that keeps it in its alignment. But like, I also can have it like at a little bit more of a generous position, because otherwise I have to like extend my microphone outward, which is just weird. Like to make it point towards me, or in some way, because it has like my microphone arm is only so long. I guess I could probably move it a little bit, but like, anyways, all right, live on stream, I'm gonna fix it. All right. Time to Alright, and move the pop filter back in place. Bonus is that the pop filter likes to hold itself up now in this position because it doesn't want to deviate from too far horizontal. Like, it has a problem where if I have the microphone pointing up, it just doesn't want to be high enough. It's whether or not it wants to be low enough sometimes when I have my microphone pointing down, but it's easier to make it do that because gravity is a thing. Also, I just realized, oh fuck, I never set the timer. Okay. I will set it for 40 minutes because that's about how long is left on the sprinklers this round, and then I can turn them off. Hopefully I won't get eaten alive by bugs in the meantime. Anyways. Alright. That definitely looks interesting. That's a lot of fucking coal. And I'm not going to get any of it. I'm fine not getting 16 million copper. I have other patches that are much bigger. Like, even really close by. 23 million coal isn't that much either. There's like 37 million right there. Okay. Did I get all the weird stops as well? Yes, I did. Okay. Alright, just electrical grid. Okay, now, how many... now, am I doing it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on number 8, and it's past the thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. That explains why this is so uneven.
Baltimore, you've picked a winner. And the new Miss Hairspray is Ina Stubbs!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh god, it's so far off. Well?
This also makes you the lead dancer on the Corny Collins Show. Ladies and gentlemen, the Corny Collins Show is now and forever officially integrated!
I can move that up, but the thing is, that doesn't fix the fact that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go.
just can't stop my knife and fork when I see a Christmas ham. So if you don't like the way I look, well, I just don't give a damn. Cause the world keeps spinning round and round, and my heart's keeping time to the speed of sound.
I mean, I can always just move everything. It's just annoying. I'm debating how far to move things. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I'll use that as a metric. Wait. Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so it needs to be up like there. Which will actually give the right amount. So I will need to move this up like here. That shouldn't actually be too bad. If that's the case that I'm gonna do, which it is. That should be relatively easy compared to the whole prospect of trying to move everything up. If I just move this up, my idea is the core itself will just kind of encompass everything. And I will leave it so that everything is based off of like this, like the size of it, what it is, and then everything after it will count up. So this is my thought. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh yeah, it's 8 off of this. Wait. Is that what I want?
Dedicate this prize to my mother. Without her, I wouldn't even be congenial.
What? Wait. I just don't feel like you should be Miss Congeniality.
I've been kind to every single one of you, and I'll continue to be kind towards success. Can I say something?
Everyone else is. Well, I find
Tina, we literally did everything together this whole show. We were such close friends, and you literally have not spoken to me in almost 5 months, and I really miss my friend, and it really hurts my feelings that you have not spoken to me. I respect you and love you. You don't love me.
Oof.
Let's talk about it. I would really love to, but it seems like you don't have any time.
Okay. Actually, different thought. Maybe.
We're not making an attempt to like really get to know us backstage. At that point, it came on a little bit later. I wanted to win. You wanted to be on the show because you wanted to be a star, and you.
I didn't want to be a star. I wanted to show the star that I am. I kind of just love to live my everyday life, and I don't really like to be involved in what people think or what people are saying.
When we were shooting the promo for this show, you said to me, you go, Shay, I just want to say, If anyone comes for Nina, I told her that I will stand up for her, I will address my fans, and I will make it all right. I'm confused. Yes.
You don't need to be confused, and you have lots of opinions of me tonight, Shay.
There's no reason to get upset with me. We're just talking.
No, you're the one that's upset. I'm not upset.
Do I look upset to you?
Yeah, you've raised your voice with me.
Okay, hold on. Does this also include... No, that didn't include the train. Select new contents. I'm gonna...
Everything about you is perfect. Did you stone those ties? Oh, you're smiling.
Include trains, yes. Just include everything, please. Oh, come to find out, there are some empty gaps that are hidden by all that colored refined concrete.
But is it fan favorite or is it congeniality?
If it's fan favorite, then I guess she deserves it.
Then we should call it fan favorite. But congeniality, I just don't see it.
Yeah, fan favorite. Congratulations, everyone. Let's make a round of applause for fan favorite.
We're fan favorite. Cheers, fan favorite.
Fan favorite. Yeah.
When I need motivation, my one solution is my queen, cause she stays strong. Yeah, yeah. She is always in my corner, right there when I wanna. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? I'm like, no, not really, cause oh, I think that I found my...
Actually, hold on. I don't need to clear out all the tiles. I just need to clear out all the buildings. I can just seam over everything, basically. Seam? Steamroll. Whatever. Whatever the words. Do I actually have, did I destroy a radar? I think I did. Where are my radar? Here. Yeah. All right. Now, to place back down what I
Pretty much every
have.
mythos on the planet has at one point attempted to answer baby's first existential question. Where did we come from? Simple on paper, since the answer is typically your parents. But in practice, that simple question opens up a cascade of other questions of increasingly existential complexity. Where did the parents come from? Where did their parents come from? We can extrapolate pretty simply that somewhere along the line there has to have been a first person to be the first parent, so where did they come from? Where did the world come from, and what's our place in it? And why are we like this? Why are some people different from other people, and what does that mean? And before we knew about evolution, this was a doozy of a conundrum, all right. Plenty of answers have been proposed. Many myths posit that humans were originally created by some benevolent deity, sculpted from clay or wood or other earthly materials. In some other stories, humans instead arise by accident, a collateral consequence from some divine struggle. Pretty much the only
Oh, I think that I found myself a cheerleader. Do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? Oh my god.
Once you get a couple of more humans pretty quick, so that's really all we need to explain where the rest of the people come from. Not many stories really feel the need to get that much more detailed, but there are exceptions. Today let's talk about a Sumerian creation myth that goes into extreme detail about the creation of humanity and all that that entails. So the story begins shortly after the creation of heaven and earth, and the gods are very busy digging canals, dredging clay, and overall really living that glamorous divine life. Well, except for Enki, primordial god of water, who's been napping in his private water dimension the whole time. Enki's mom, Nama, hears the gods complaining about Enki slacking off and goes to passive-aggressively slap him awake and convince him to do something about it. Enki wakes up, assesses the situation, draws up some blueprints for something that'll be really good at digging canals, and hands them off to Nama, presumably before rolling over and going back to sleep for 5 more minutes. Nama, with the help of Enki's design and several other gods, sculpts the first humans out of clay and puts them to work doing all that tough canal stuff. Now that they've discovered the art of delegation, the gods relax and throw a big party. Everyone's super happy with Enki for coming up with this plan, and he's praised for his wisdom and how good he is at deciding everyone's destinies. So Enki parties it up and gets super drunk, and so does his wife Ninma, goddess of mountains and one of the co-creators of humanity. And pretty soon, Enki and Ninma are both super plastered and ready to make some questionable decisions. Ninma's like,
listen up, you listen. I can do whatever I want, right? I'm a goddess. I can make a dude with whatever fate I want, good or bad.
And Enki's like,
oh yeah, well anything you can do, I can do something other than that. So like, I can make anyone have any fate, no matter what you do. So if you do something bad, I can give him something good. How about that?
So Ninma grabs a big sloppy handful of that primordial creation clay and starts making dudes willy-nilly. First up, she makes a dude whose hands don't work, and Enki thinks this dude would actually be a perfect addition to the king's court, since what with this whole hand situation, he won't be able to steal the king's stuff, so he's a perfect candidate for a trusted advisor. Next up, Ninma makes a blind guy, but Enki gives him prodigious musical skill and puts him in the king's court too. Third up is a guy whose feet
interestingly, I think this is actually still about middle. 1, 2, 3.
But I think Enki might be being a bit uncreative with these good fates. Ninma should try making someone with a healthy disrespect for authority.
Okay, actually, it does need to go down just a little bit.
Doesn't work, but Enki dumps a load of magic water over him, which fixes that up real nice. Apparently, Venus doesn't work disease is caused by minor demonic possession. The more you know. Then Ninma mixes things up a bit and makes an infertile woman. Enki makes her a skilled weaver and puts her in the harem of the queen. Finally, Ninma creates an intersex person, who Enki, you guessed it, places in the king's court in some kind of position of honor. The text is both unclear and physically broken in places, so hey, we're doing our best. Side note, this king better be a good boss or Enki's gonna be real disappointed. So, Ninma's pretty pissed, but Enki's not done yet. He takes the last of the clay and creates a very busted up dude named Umul. Umul is what is medically classified as a hot mess, with basically no functional organs. Ninma tries to talk to him, but Umul is too messed up to understand her, and Ninma is very frustrated, accusing Enki of making someone neither alive nor dead. Since Ninma fails to find a way to counterbalance Umul's messed up fate, while Enki was able to guarantee good lives for all her creations, Ninma loses the competition and Enki is praised as the highest, coolest god around. And so is his dick for some reason. Thanks, Mesopotamia. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. No, you can't. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. What is it with a lot of those ancient cultures and just worshipping dicks all the time?
Come on, pick up the pace. If we waste any more time, we won't make it out alive. Our supposed protectors. I have no idea why they'd want to do this to us.
Does Valinor have anything the Triumvirate would want? The rebels are hiding something of importance there.
Good. Then things are going according to plan.
Well, let's take the seer and run. The Triumvirate needs to be taken down or held accountable for what they did.
This is our chance to save Alestia.
I was one of the first rebels.
I had no place to go, and no family. I was forced to fight.
We don't have the time to spare. We're about to go to war, if you didn't know.
Ooh. This isn't even.
Alestia is divided into 4 nations, right? Valinor, Mazeo, Alarenthia, and Baltius.
I'll just place it.
This place looks incredible.
Don't worry. I've definitely noticed your interest.
Want to keep me company? It's better than staying alone.
So it's finally going to happen.
Ooh.
We've been waiting for all these
All right.
years.
We're finally ready to take on the Triumvirate. We'll take back the future they stole.
I hope you're ready to go down in history as a hero.
Yeah, that's still in range and everything, so yeah.
Libraries. It's all boring. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or not. When I was growing up, it was pretty normal. But now I always hear people gush about how great it is to bundle up in a warm blanket with, quote, a good book. While the faint light of the fall evening peeks out of their cracked windows and hits their collection of plants perfectly.
Okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What a coincidence. And they have a cat. I'm not saying that.
You know what? I'm not gonna question it. Given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's on number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. Construction errors are great, you know. Yeah.
About how boring and slow and too quiet it's gonna be, and I feel like I have to take notes and memorize things and identify the plot points and know the names and symbolisms and To Kill a Mockingbird. And oh god, was I supposed to read up to chapter 7 by Thursday or through it? I used to love reading. I still have the strong memory of going to my elementary school's library and being excited to check out the next Geronimo Stilton book because I loved the pictures and fun text they had. They always wrote the word cheese like this. And being able to read books that had more than 10 words on the page was impressive to a 6-year-old. Whenever I found a book I liked growing up, I would read it non-stop. I was able to crush a 300-pager in 2 days, which I don't think is considered impressive anymore, but it was in 5th grade, and look, that was the only self-worth I had, alright? But when school started making us read books by force, it kinda took the fun away from me. I don't like being told what to do with my free time, especially if you're gonna make me read a book written in the 1940s that I need cliff notes to decode just to realize that all the animals were communists. Also, it's 20% of my grade. I get it, though. What else are we gonna do in English class? We can all understand each other, right? We're speaking English. That's gotta count for something, right? But the more I had to read really cryptic books in my spare time where the symbolism is in the color of the main character's curtains, and I'm not observant enough to realize they had curtains, led me to not...
I don't have very many of those. I'm gonna need a lot more.
Subtlety like I like my coffee. Splash in my face. How am I supposed to know what the A stands for adultery? I don't know. It could mean a woman for all I know. Asparagus. But all that isn't anything new. Everyone complains about English assignments. Everyone hates reading the Scarlet Letter. Everyone thinks school should die. However, something that also locked in my disdain for reading was my mom. Hi, Mom! Of course, as a parent, you don't want your child to do nothing but play video games all day. That obviously leads to undeniable life failure. So what's the solution? Make them read more. And on paper, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Honestly, I'll probably use that parenting technique too, when applicable. I think my mom made the obvious good parenting decision. But as the victim here, I believe I fell in the small minority where it had the overall opposite effect. During summer vacation, my mom would always tell me that I needed to read at least 2 books so I don't forget how to read. Whenever my mom would walk in on my brother and I playing Mario Kart together in the living room, she would ask if we've read yet today, which we would respond no, because reading's for chumps. and then she'd lock us in our rooms to be chumps. I started hating reading so much, I would rather do literally nothing than read a book. There were a couple summers where I faked reading entire books because I just didn't want to read that much. There was this one about dragons, I think, called The Secret Country, and I still remember that just looking at the cover would put me in a bad mood because of hatred association. Screw your secret country. When I was being forced to read, I would sit angrily on my bed, open the book, move the bookmark a reasonable amount forward to make it look like I read, and then just sit there for 30 minutes staring at it. It was boring, and I don't know what was wrong with me. I could have had at least a decent time if I just tried to read the dang book, but I guess it turned into a dignity thing. Actually, the ironic part is maybe a year or so later I decided to restart the same book and give it another shot on my own terms. And I finished it in 2 days. It was pretty good. I did it again with another book called Molly Moon and the Morphing Mystery. It's like the 5th book in this Molly Moon series. It's been a while, so I don't really remember the story, but it's about this orphan who can hypnotize people and has a pug. Anyway, it's funky because I actually read the first few books of the series on my own and remember really liking them. I would read them any chance I got. But as soon as I was forced to read this one, I just decided I'd rather literally waste my time and sit alone rebelling against reasonable parenting. But this time I never went back to
Was it reasonable though? Based on the sounds of it, Jaden, it wasn't.
I think the association of reading as a necessity or some sort of punishment has deep-rooted itself in me, and now I just feel like
Dear
reading
God.
is fun.
I'm gonna need so much of this fucking stone brick.
I tried listening to audiobooks, but honestly, they make me feel really lonely. I don't know why. It might be the lack of visuals. I like pictures. And also no one else is around. It's the same with music. I've never been a big music person, so whenever I try to sit down and do something while listening to music, it somehow enhances this feeling of being alone, like time is going by slower, which makes me uncomfortable. So I always have either YouTube videos or more recently Twitch streams in the background. I'm still not super used to Twitch yet, but I like Ryukar's stuff. He plays Mario Maker. Sometimes I wish I read more. It might be good for me to slow down instead of always consuming fast
Oh my God.
content on the internet.
That.
But on the other hand, I think it's just a preference I have that's been cemented with bad association. If you like reading, I think that's really great. I've got a lot of friends who like reading, and it's cool that you've got a really nice hobby you can fall back on to de-stress, or however you people feel while staring at words all day. I was gonna say you should recommend a good book I should give a try, but I took a second to think about if I would actually try to read any suggestions, and being real with myself, the answer is no. So, enjoy that chamomile tea.
Hey, how's everyone doing? At home, I suppose? I'm lucky that I work from home and rarely leave the house, so quarantine isn't hitting me too hard. But to those of you who are outside people needing suggestions, may I suggest watching all of my videos in an infinite loop until we can leave our houses? Or Animal Crossing? I actually recommend that one more. Any mutuals who are playing, send me your friend code because I want to add you. I've been doing this thing where before I open up the game, I'll look at my friend list and see how many people online are playing Animal Crossing. Normally it's 100%. Anyway, however you're keeping yourself busy during quarantine, I hope you're doing well, and thanks for watching my video. Bye.
Squeak. 我が地球よ。それは無数の世界の一つであると同時に完全に分離した世界。しかし運命が未知なる世界とつなげようとしている。ライレーシア。そこは宿敵との戦いに閉じ込められた魔法動物の世界。地球に危険が迫ったその時、一匹の勇者が現れ、みんなのヒーローになる。
変身だ、エリカ。
Alright, let's just plow forward and leave a trail of so many ghosts.
一緒にこの地球を守ってくれないか？心配しないで、契約はないさ。
Ay, ay, ay. I can get rid of all the trees and stuff later. I'm gonna have to make do with the fact that there are a bunch of ores on here still, and they are just going to stay here. So yeah. Ooh, look at all that stone brick. Why do I only have fast inserters on this? I should have stack. My god. I have a lot of... How many turrets? $5,200. There's no chance unless you take one. Alright, just let the robots take it all away. Oh, this is like a full thing. I don't know if I've ever actually heard this version. I don't remember this version. Oof. Here. 6,000, 6,000. That's not very much. Yeah, that's much more like it. Oop. Autosave. I mean, theoretically, I could just, like, run along with it all. Oh god, no 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 no. Dear God. I plowed over that. I want to leave it. I want to keep that. I don't think I've got it properly blueprinted at this point.
Living's supposed to kill you, but it shouldn't feel like dying. Loving's supposed to fill you, but it spills you like your wine. And all the paper people wandering about, wondering who made them and who's gonna cut them out. Sometimes there's a danger of choking on the part. No one gave a warning to the breaking of your heart. Pick up all the pieces and go back to the start. Never losing, only using all your moving parts. All your moving parts.
Oh God. No. Fucking hell. Insanity.
And even in the morning, when the sun's behind the clouds, in the state you're born in the state that you're in now, even if the roof is leaking, it's still above your head. Just remember two words that the two birds never said. Sometimes there's a danger of choking on the parts. No one gave a warning to the breaking of your heart.
Ay, ay, ay.
Pick up all the pieces and go back to the start. Never losing, only using all your moving parts. All your moving parts.
I will never be able to convince myself that cryptids like Bigfoot or Nessie are anything but modern-day fairy tales. Oh, you saw Mothman out back of a 7-Eleven and he ate your favorite socks? Bonnie Janet saw the Queen of the Fairies out in Carterhaugh Forest and she stole her second favorite boyfriend. The Emperor of Japan was knocked out by moon men, but they left him with the secret to eternal life. I'm just saying, regional folklore is pretty much formatted the same worldwide. It's not like urban legends about humanoid monsters or a new concept on the global stage. But I'd say, despite their universality, Japan is my #1 pick for crazy regional cryptid legends since they've got so many of them and they're all so specific. You know, there's one about one specific rock that was possessed by a malevolent Natsume and killed
I'm
everyone
gonna
it touched.
keep this. This is the
Particularly fun legend that centers on the
circuit
a murderous spider demon known for diversifying its villainous portfolio
board
as a Shelob impersonator by using its shapeshifting powers to
map.
as a hot lady. That's stupid. Tolkien's crippled arachnophobia did not die for this. Now, Jorogumo is a yokai, which is broadly an umbrella term in Japanese folklore for weird, bewitching, and/or dangerous entities known to cause problems for people through various supernatural means, including shapeshifting, illusions, and occasionally good old-fashioned murder. It usually gets translated in English as demon for the sake of convenience, but the word has plenty of nuance that this translation doesn't really capture. For one thing, the Jorogumo's story isn't actually as predictable as you might expect from a whirlwind romance between an unsuspecting lumberjack and a shapeshifting spider monster with a habit of eating dudes. So, the Jorogumo makes her mythological debut at the Joran Falls when a local dude takes an ill-advised nap by her waterfall, and she responds by entangling his 11 spider webs while he sleeps. The dude wakes up and, figuring he was just webbed up by a very confused water spider, transfers the webbing to a nearby tree trunk, but is shocked when the tree is ripped out of the ground and dragged into the water by the webs. Upon realizing that the waterfall is being haunted by a monstrous spider that very nearly dragged this guy to a watery doom, the locals all start avoiding the waterfall like the plague, and also probably talking about how their cousin was totally abducted by Princess Kaguya one time. But one day, an out-of-towner woodcutter stops by to do some classic lumberly actions, and accidentally butterfingers his axe directly into the waterfall basin. But before he resigns himself to a life empty and meaningless without his true calling of lumberjacking, a beautiful woman pops out of nowhere, hands his axe back to him, and disappears. Predictably enough, the woodcutter is very taken with this mysterious hot lady and returns to the waterfall every day to hang out with her. But the woodcutter starts physically wasting away the longer he spends with this mysterious, totally not a spider demon woman, and the local Buddhist priest starts getting concerned. So one day, the priest accompanies the woodcutter out to the waterfall to recite a couple spider-repellent sutras, and when a spider web whips out from the waterfall, the priest repels it with the power of Buddhism, I think. So now the woodcutter knows the hot lady seeing is actually a Jorogumo, but surprisingly this isn't a deal breaker for him, so he seeks out the head honcho yokai of the mountain, a Tengu, which are bird-like yokai generally seen as protective but dangerous spirits whose reputation was historically a lot more malevolent, and asks the Tengu for permission to marry the Jorogumo. But the Tengu refuses, and the woodcutter is understandably upset, but ultimately decides that while disappointing, this is the best outcome for everybody, and he returns home to psych. He charges directly into the waterfall, gets tangled up in spiderwebs, and disappears. Did his spider girlfriend eat him? Did they live happily ever after? Who knows?
Well, if you want a story with a definite unhappy ending,
What?
we've just tackled the tragic tale of Izanagi and Izaname over on our channel.
How does everyone keep getting in here?
Oh, Zoe has level 100 lockpicking. I've trained her well.
Okay, Zoe's the cat burglar, and that would make you...
My name isn't important. It's Matt, by the way. Hi, huge fan. And if you're curious about how a romance can end worse than literally getting eaten by your spider spouse, come join us over around our
Spider spouse.
Credits new series Extra Mythology.
That does sound interesting. Throw in some s'mores and you've got a deal.
Ooh, who has the stomach for s'mores when you just talked about a giant man-eating spider?
Did somebody say s'mores?
Touche, my friend. Touche. Let's go.
She can kill with a smile, she can wound with her eyes. She can ruin your faith with her casual lies. And she only reveals what she wants you to see. She hides like a child, but she's always a woman to me. Oh, she takes care of herself. She can wait if she wants. She's ahead of her time.
Oh.
She never gives up.
Lovely. It's time to do the sprinklers again. Yay! This is so fucking huge.
It's an unfortunate truth that some people, both fictional and otherwise, end up being defined pretty much exclusively by one noteworthy part of their life. Actors defined by single roles, artists by single works, public figures by single scandals, characters by single qualities. This is often very reductive, taking a complex and nuanced figure and flattening them into a simple caricature of themselves. People are always more complicated than the stories about them. But when the person in question is primarily known for their eternal punishment in the underworld, we can safely assume they got up to some shit. So let's talk about Tantalus and how exactly this ancient Greek mythical king got himself one of the most iconic afterlife punishments in the history of Hades. So Tantalus is a demigod son of Zeus, which is at this point about as exclusive as being left-handed. And not only is he a demigod, he's a really beloved one. The Olympians like and respect him a lot as a king, a friend, and a gracious host. Or at least they did.
Huge hello.
The incident. Now what exactly the incident was varies depending on who you ask. The generally accepted telling is that one day Zeus and the other gods came over for dinner, and Tantalus, ever the dutiful host, decided that the best way to honor the gods would be to sacrifice something important to him. So he kills his son, Pelops, and cooks him for dinner. Now there's no explanation given as to why
just
was a good idea.
enjoy the musings of Red about Tantalus and
Second string taboo, it was cannibalism. Each one is already bad. Doubling down just seems double bad. So the gods figure out that's a human
Tantalus.
person and refuse to eat. Except for Demeter, who's not really paying attention because she's still super bummed out about Persephone ditching her for the underworld 6 months of the year, so she fails to read the room and absentmindedly eats some Pelops' shoulder. Happens to the best of us, I'm sure. Anywho, the gods are very upset with Tantalus, so they give him a stern talking to, teach him the error of his ways, and I'm just kidding. Obviously, they throw him into Tartarus. So they trap him in a pool under a fruit tree. Whenever he tries to drink the water, it recedes, and if he tries to reach the fruit, it pulls away, leaving him perpetually hungry and thirsty with relief always just out of reach. This punishment is why the word tantalizing describes this kind of situation. The gods then revive Pelops, replacing his missing shoulder with a nice ivory prosthetic, and Pelops goes on to father the House of Atreus, a long line of unfortunate Greek kings mostly known for having very tragic lives. In fact, this family later produces Agamemnon, a crime which I can only assume was later added to Tantalus's already extensive rap sheet. So this was the most well-known version of the story, but it's not the only version. In the Olympian Odes, poems dedicated to victories in the Panhellenic Olympic Games, the poet Pindar tells us, no, I know what they told you, but Pelops wasn't killed at that dinner. See, what happened was Poseidon took one look at him and got outrageously horny. So yeah, in this version, Pelops is carried off to Olympus for appropriately ancient Greek reasons, and this produces a rumor that he was killed even though he's actually fine. Tantalus is still sent to Tartarus in this version, but this time it's because when the gods have him over for dinner, he steals ambrosia and nectar, which is a violation of the laws of hospitality and one of those things you got in a lot of trouble for in ancient Greece. Zeus, along with all the flashy weather stuff, is also the god of hospitality, so violating that had a tendency to get one smote with extreme prejudice. Anyway, Tantalus gets dunked on, and meanwhile, Pelops decides he wants to marry this lady, Hippodamia, and he has to win a chariot race to do that. So he goes to Poseidon and is like, hey man, can you do me a solid because we banged that one time? And Poseidon's like, hell yeah, and lends him a really fast chariot so he wins the race. And I gotta say, I don't think there's a ballsier power move than getting a major deity you banged one time to be your wingman. So overall, Tantalus's crimes include family murdering, attempted cannibalism, violating the laws of hospitality by stealing from his host, and subjecting the ancient world to Agamemnon. That's pretty bad stuff, but does he really deserve his eternal torment in the underworld? Yes, and I'll tell you why. It's not Agamemnon. In one little-known myth, he and his buddy Pandarius, who was blessed by Demeter to never get indigestion, not a joke, conspire to steal a magic golden dog that was created by Hephaestus to guard baby Zeus. A dog made by Hephaestus, who is Zeus's son, that guarded Zeus as a baby. That dog was created by Hephaestus to guard Zeus, who was a baby at the time. Okay, so there's like 5 absurdities in that story, but the point is Tantalus stole a dog. Who does that? He deserves whatever he gets. I smell like I sound, I'm lost and I'm found, and I'm hungry like the wolf. Straddle the line with discord and rhyme. I'm on the hunt, I'm after you. Mouth is alive, all running inside, and I'm hungry like the wolf. I really gotta do this more often because every time my poor left hand is like, why are you using me? You never use me!
Hey Danny, guess what? You suck, bitch.
Hey little Danny, don't you cry. I am you from much later in your life. I know your hair is wild. I know you have no style. You're still a virgin, and you will be for a while. Danny, don't you know that you are hard as fuck on the inside? Everybody knows the best bananas will be ripe with time. Danny, don't you know that you kick so much ass on the inside? Danny, don't you know? Danny, don't you know? Danny, don't you know?
All right.
Hey little Danny, don't be blue.
Blech.
Had a growth spurt and you're suddenly 6'2". The girls are steering clear. You walk like a newborn deer. Send birthday invites and now all your friend is here. Danny, don't you know that you are cool as fuck on the inside? You're just going through an awkward phase from 12 to 29. Danny, don't you know that everyone feels weird on the inside?
You know what? I think I'm actually gonna plug my laptop back in, despite the fact that it was fully charged, just because of the fact that it gives me proper frames. Having everything throttle at to half speed or like half visual speed feels very weird. Alright. Anyways, I have about half an hour left of the stream. Yay! And I don't have to worry about the sprinklers anymore. Double yay. Okay, so I have done very little, actually. So I'm wondering, what sort of border do I want to do? Because I think I want to do a border. I'm pretty sure I want to do a border. Oh, by the way, I just realized I did not change it to the normal screen. There we go. Oops. Thankfully I caught that before too long. I was glancing back over at chat to make sure that nobody mentioned anything, but thankfully no one else mentioned anything new, since usual. But yeah, I looked at the preview and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm still moving around, and I have the please wait. Oops. Anyways. Just collect it all. Here it is. All right. Right. So, what do I want to do for a border? That's a good question. I apologize to anyone who gets slightly motion sick by that, by the way. I had a realization recently that that is a very weird thing to see. So, yeah, sorry. Do I have a bunch more? Well, I have an amount that I need to continue to landfill in around me, or around the circuit board anyway. But it's fine. What I've got is fine. So I don't have to, like, on camera, worry about a bunch of stuff. I did a bunch of landfilling off camera though, so that's fun. All right, so what shape and or sort of situation do I want to have with the border for this? Now, I've got this almost not quite hourglass shape, but like, I'm just like popping fingers right now. I've got this sort of triple layer stack inside thing going on right now, with this sort of arrow in the middle. I could try and emphasize bits of that. Ooh, actually, now that I think about it, I could do something very cool. This, do I want to have this be the width outward? I think I need to, because otherwise it's not square between the things. But theoretically, I could expand it outward so that it is up to a certain width for a certain thing. Okay, I'm gonna need to actually like try and do this. Do I want to have like a thick border or a thin border? All right, let me go down south real fast. I'll actually try and build this on like the lower half because I actually have these ones sort of shaped, you know? Right. That is, that's definitely not as far as I need it to be outward. Although, do I actually need it to be square? I don't necessarily need it to be square. An interesting thought. Do 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 do. Oh wow, that is literally at the edge of its reach. Okay, fun. Alright, so. Actually, like, don't do that part. Because the area that I want to have, like... I should actually start trying to draw the border. Now... do I want the outside to actually be like a color? I can't hold it down either, which is really painful. Just gotta keep pressing the minus button. Okay.
Till death do us part, but we're already past that phase. This is a brand new start, and I think I deserve some praise for the way that I am. Despite having overdosed and ending up comatose, I don't give a damn. I've let my emotions go, fuck being a sober hoe. This is the mantra, this is
Boop,
my
boop,
life. You're
boop,
playing with
boop, boop, boop. I don't know if I'm gonna leave it blue. We'll see. So what I'm basically thinking is some sort of tiered thing outward. Now, it doesn't matter, I'm using this as a ruler. Please stop immediately. I am going to be going expressly back and forth between these two things.
So count your blessings, 'cause this is it. You're not letting it go.
Okay, I gotta like kind of make a ruler basically. For how wide this is, let's see. Do. Although I could theoretically. Did I really math it out to be exactly 80 wide? Wow, okay. That's a bad number, but like a bad number for me to try and divide by 3, but still. All right. Do I want to do it by 30, I guess? All right, I will go out 31. Okay, this is the 31st block. Not move my mouse, press 9 and that, and then let's double check. It is... Okay, it's 30, and then that's at 31. Okay.
I'm addicted to the sorrow when the buzz ends by tomorrow. There's another rush of poison flowing into my veins, giving me a dose of pleasure that resides by the pain. I'm addicted, I'm dependent, looking awesome, feeling helpless, and I know I'm raising Cain by every highway in hell. Maybe things won't be so terrible inside this hotel.
Happy Pride Month, everybody! That wonderful time of year where we appreciate the sparkling kaleidoscope of human variation that makes life so interesting. And despite what some rhetoric would suggest, most of that variation was not first invented in the 60s, the 80s, the 2000s, or the first time you heard someone use a term in public. All throughout human history and all over the world, people have been people for as long as that's been a meaningful concept. So today, let's take a quick look at an assortment of myths, legends, and stories highlighting some of that majestic rainbow of experience on the global stage. Let's start in the early aughts BCE in the Han Dynasty of China. The story goes that Emperor Ai was taking a nap with his fellow politician and also super definitely boyfriend, Dong Shan. Emperor Ai wakes up to find Dong Shan still sleeping like a baby, resting his head on Emperor Ai's extremely shiny and extremely expensive imperial sleeve. Rather than waking him up to move it, Emperor Ai opts to cut the sleeve off and leave his nap undisturbed. This was such an iconic display that apparently Emperor Ai's courtiers cut off their own sleeves as tribute to their relationship, and the cut sleeve became a euphemism for gayness overall. You ever do something so sweet and so gay that people are still talking about it 2,000 years later? Meanwhile, over in Hawaii, Hi'iaka, goddess of hula dancing, medicine, and sorcery, is spending her days on the beach with Hapoe, a dancer she's very close to. They share a relationship sometimes called aikane, which is a term that technically means a close sexual relationship between men. So how does that apply to these ladies? Well, judging by the number of bosom friends, gal pals, besties, and chums in the modern translation, I think we can safely conclude they were married. But all is not well on the island as Pele summons Hi'iaka and sends her on a quest to find her immortal husband. In turn, Hi'iaka makes Pele swear an oath to protect her group and her girlfriend. Pele agrees, but quickly becomes impatient, and as Hi'iaka struggles through her epic quest, Pele's temper flares and she begins chucking lava, destroying the island, burning the grove, and finally turning Hapoe to stone. Super not cool, Pele. I can't believe you contribute to the bury your gays trope like that. Meanwhile, in ancient Greece, we hit two opposing ends of the spectrum with Apollo and Athena. The only thing more extensive than Apollo's list of male lovers is his list of female lovers, and despite the stereotypes, most of those relationships don't actually end in tragedy. While a handful of his mortal lovers do turn into plants, most of them end up working out pretty well, receiving gifts of prophecy, immortality, godhood, all that jazz. In fact, during a year he spent in exile as punishment for killing a monster he wasn't supposed to, Apollo worked as a herdsman to King Admetus, and according to Ovid, was so absolutely smitten with him that he wildly embarrassed the other Olympians by doting on the king like crazy. He also later helps Admetus win a lady's hand in marriage through a chariot race, which, combined with Poseidon doing the exact same thing for Pelops, suggests that this was something of a classic divine boyfriend/wingman. And then there's Athena, noted as one of only 3 beings who Aphrodite holds no power over, the other 2 being Artemis and Hestia. And while Artemis hanging out with her huntresses and forswearing forever the company of men can be interpreted a few different ways, Athena is pretty explicit. In the Homeric hymn to Aphrodite, the singer goes out of their way to specify that Athena has no time for Aphrodite's shenanigans, and instead of dealing with any kind of romantic shenaniganery, prefers to spend her time on the art of war, as well as the art of art in general. This trait of hers is so iconic and universally recognized that it contributes to her most famous epithet, Athena Parthenos, the Virgin Athena, aka what the Parthenon is named after. Personally, I think her Promachos epithet is cooler. It means she who fights on the front lines, except in the battlefield of love. Meanwhile, in Japan, let me introduce you to Inari, a very important Shinto deity of fertility, prosperity, iced tea, and like a bunch of other important stuff. Inari is a fox deity, but unlike your garden variety kitsune, they are more than just a trickster spirit. A full 30% of the shrines in Japan are dedicated to Inari, so suffice to say they are a serious big deal. Now sometimes they appear as a bearded old man riding a fox, sometimes as a young woman carrying sheaves of rice, sometimes an androgynous bodhisattva, and those are just the times they look like a human as opposed to dragon or giant spider. The general consensus is that Inari has no set gender and appears however they like, but unlike many shapeshifters, they don't tend to play pranks and mostly help people in trouble, like the swordsmith Munechika, who is ordered by Emperor Ichigo to forge him a sword. He can't do it without a smithing
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Young boy who tells him about the cool legendary swords of the past and promises to help him forge the sword. Surprise, surprise, the boy is actually Inari, and with their help, Munechika forges the blade Kogetsune Maru, Little Fox. Nice. Speaking of foxes, Japan also has the folktale of Tamamizu, a kitsune who's just minding their own business when they spot a young woman and fall instantly in love. The kitsune considers turning into a handsome young man and wooing her, but decides it wouldn't be good for her to marry a fox spirit, so instead they turn into a young woman of a similar age. She calls herself Tamamizu and gets herself adopted by a nice family. But her family notices she's pining a bit and asks if there's a special someone out there, but Tamamizu says she couldn't possibly get married with her low status, but she sure wouldn't mind being a handmaid to some beautiful rich girl, hint hint. So Tamamizu gets set up as the handmaid to the girl she likes, and they spend several years together, with Tamamizu occasionally dipping out for a secret fox-based adventure. But despite her happy and comfortable life, Tamamizu is still yearning something awful, and her poems are all
8,
sad.
9,
Then
10,
one day, the young
11.
woman enters a competition to find the most beautiful autumn leaf, and with the help of her fox siblings, Tamamizu scours the mountain and finds her a beautiful 5-color leaf that coincidentally has the entire Lotus Sutra printed on it. Obviously, she wins the competition, and the Emperor himself catches wind of this gorgeous leaf and awards the girl's family tons of status and land. And eventually, he proposes to her. Tamamizu is, of course, fully supportive as their relationship advances, but she's kinda dying on the inside and ends up deciding to sneak away so her mistress can be truly happy with the Emperor. She leaves her a sealed box with a letter in it, tells her that in these uncertain times anything could happen, and to open the box if she ever disappears, and then disappears. Whereupon the girl learns the truth about her companion and the tragic tale of Tamamizu. But we've got enough tragic tales of unrequited love. Let's hop over to Mesoamerica and get a look at Shoshipili, the Prince of Flowers, a much beloved god of summertime, partying, pleasure, creativity, and alcohol. How timely. Despite being possibly married to the alcohol goddess Mayahuel, and the only evidence for this, by the way, seems to be that they are seated near each other on a page of the Aztec Codex. Looks like the shippers are at it again.
Wow.
Shoshipili was the patron god of male homosexuality and temple prostitution. He also had a twin sister/female counterpart, Xochitl, patron goddess of women and female prostitution, along with all the flowers and partying and art stuff. Xochipili was probably a holdover from the Toltec civilization, which apparently had a reputation among the other Mesoamerican civilizations for being rather more on board with that stuff than most. Even before the Spaniards showed up, the Aztecs and Inca had some pretty harsh laws about no bone zoning, but Xochipili was a-okay with all that jazz. At least, we think that's how it played out. Pre-colonial Mesoamerican religion can be pretty tricky to research. What with all the conquering and reconquering going on down there, there's kind of a lack of sources where a society describes itself in its own terms. The Aztecs seem to have thought of Xochipili as something of a personification of male weakness, an embodiment of everything wrong with the Toltecs that allowed the Aztecs to conquer them. And then the Spaniards showed up, stomped all over everything, and wrote about the Aztecs the exact same way. So all things considered, let's just be happy that Xochipili's positive vibe somehow survived 2 bloody conquests and 500 years of colonization. Peace and love, baby. Now that's what I call flower power. Now there's loads more we could cover, but to keep the Whirlwind World Tour nice and concise, let's cap it here. Have a great Pride Month and enjoy all the rainbows. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you, so don't be afraid.
Ay, ay, ay. So much to destroy, so much to tear up after I put all of it down. It's just something. This is what I get for, putting it down the way I did. But, I digress.
Okay. I see what's happening here. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. Open your eyes, let's begin. Yes, it's really me. It's Dookie. Breathe it in. I know it's a lot, the fur and the bod. When you're staring at a demi-dog. So what can I say except you're welcome? For the tides, the sun, the sky. Hey, it's okay, okay, you're welcome. I'm just an ordinary demi-guy. Hey, who's got two thumbs and pulled up the sky? When you were waddling yay high, this guy. When the nights got cold, who stole you fire from down below? You're looking at him, yo! Oh, also I lassoed the sun. You're welcome to stretch your days and bring you fun. Also I harness the breeze. You're welcome to fill your sails and shake your trees. So what can I say except you're welcome for the islands I pulled from the sea. There's no need to pray, it's okay.
Do 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 do.
I guess it's just my way of being me. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, come to think of it, kid. Honestly, I could go on and on. I'd explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground. Oh, that was just Dookie messing around. I killed an eel, I buried its guts. Sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? Where is the takeaway? Don't miss Dookie when he's on the breakaway. And the tapestry here on my skin is the map of the victories I win. Look where I've been, I make everything happen. Look at the mini-me, doopity, dappity, dippity, dappity, ha, 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 hey! Well, anyway, let me say you're welcome for the wonderful world you know. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. Well, come to think of it, I gotta go. Hey, it's your day to say you're welcome. Cause I'm gonna need that boat. Sailing away, away, you're welcome. Cause Duke can do anything but float. You're welcome, you're welcome. And thank you.
Alright, just gotta let my termites eat all this. This is just busy work now. This is just fun. I'm just silent. Silently contemplating my existence. Is it my existence or just the things I do? I don't know. I'm just gonna increase the breadth of this. That way I give my robots more time to actually do stuff. Ay, ay, ay. So much stone brick. Did I get the bottommost one? I don't think I did. Or bottommost? Leftmost? Whichever. I don't think I actually caught the leftmost column of bricks. Hey, I should probably also have my robots get rid of all that too. Yeah, it's already 8:49 now. Yay! All right. Just gonna run. So yeah, this is my general idea. I have it sort of go tiered upwards, and then it'll tier upwards over here again as well. I'm thinking I will have it sort of taper inward a little bit here, but it won't go very far. It'll just be wherever it crosses. And it'll be like 90 wide at that distance. Here we go. Good God. I think I'm actually gonna turn this off. Oh, that's actually a good portion of this is actually supposed to be that, so. And it'll need to be expanded a little bit, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then this will be the full width of it at its widest. Bark. Hello. Yes. Okay. Oh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's the 10 further. And now I just gotta taper it inward. And then that'll define where I need to cut off all of the stone brick.
There once was a ship that put to sea. The name of the ship was a belly of tea. The winds blew up her bow, up down, oh below my bully boys blow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. She'd not been 2 weeks from shore when down on her a right whale bore. The captain called all hands and swore he'd take that whale in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our leave and go. Da 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 da. Before the boat had hit the water, the whale's sail came up and caught her, hands to the side, harping.
Yeah, there's still a bit left there, but not that much, thankfully. That actually saves me quite a bit of stone brick, a lot of which I'm going to need.
No whale was freed, the captain's mind was not of greed, and he belonged to the whaleman's creed. She took that ship in tow. Soon may the wellerman come to bring us sugar and tea and rum. One day when the tonguing is done, we'll take our
I have so many robots. Do. It is so nice having so many robots. Now my question is, do I have a one wide border? I feel like I don't want to have just a one wide border. If I'm even having a border at all. Right now, it's just there sort of as a placeholder in the case that I do want to have a border, but like it is outside the edge of the stone brick in the case that I want to have it just be stone brick. Do. Letting my nanobot termites get the stuff. Alright. I am gonna need to bring in a lot of this. Yay. So much shape reshaping, etc. Just a lot. I guess this wound up being a stream about deconstruction and like construction to an extent. So yeah, this is the sort of idea, the sort of graduated tiers. It's gonna go in a little bit, just a little bit. Just to sort of mesh well with that, with the sort of nice idea that I've got with that going, you know? At least I think it's nice anyway. And then I guess it sort of replicates itself up here. And blue science will... I think blue science is actually going to be a little bit further up, but that's for me to figure out in a bit. What was I thinking? The blue science will also have to have 80 tall on its end, now that I think about it. Oof. However, I decide to do the yellow science will determine where the blue science is. So, that's also something I have to keep in mind. So, yeah. Alright. Alright. That should do it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more streams from me. Hit the notification bell for notifications as to when I go live, because I go live every Sunday. Sunday. From 7 to 9 US Central Time, approximately. 6 to 9, actually. It's normally 6 to 9 anyway. And on Thursdays, I also happen to go live with my boyfriend Andrew. We stream right now the Ace Attorney series, although we're about to be done with the second game, which means we will be soon taking a break. Don't know what exactly we'll be doing, but that is a thing. We stream from 7 to 9 US Central Time on those streams. That's where that 7 to 9 figure comes from. It's 6 to 9 on Sundays, and oh god. That was weird. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so I go back and forth between Minecraft and Factorio on Sundays, and then Thursdays we are finishing up the second Ace Attorney, the second Ace Attorney game of the original trilogy anyway, and then we'll pretty soon be moving on to something else, and then doing the third game in that trilogy. Cannot wait for that. Cannot wait to be done with this current case. Good God. Just, anyways, next week, we'll see about Minecraft, because it is currently June 6th. From the sounds of it, the latest Minecraft, or the next Minecraft update, next major update, is on schedule. Last I heard. Okay, actually, I'm going to double check right now. Minecraft.net. Right now, let me set down some rails on you. Oh my god. Midnight. Come on, phone, load up. I'm waiting on you. Latest news, Little Adventures, the Ben 10 DLC, which is interesting to me, but like, no. Anything that's spurred off of release candidate 1? No. They haven't mentioned anything new off of that. That was released just 2 days ago, but like, yeah. They said, releasing the first and hopefully only release candidate for Claves and Cliffs Part 1. If there are no major issues following this release, no further changes will be done before the full release. Which, from the sounds of it, I think that's been the case. Unless they have like a very last minute set of final patches, like that they release tomorrow, and then they turn release candidate 2 into 1.17, then that's fine. But from the sounds of it, they've squashed a lot of the major problems that have been found and have occurred. So, like, 1.17 is just around the corner. It is in 2 days. Which means I and other modders need to update our mods to 1.17. Now, this will really be some proving grounds, because this is primarily just a block update. I don't think there's going to be that much to actually change and update, except for anything that is in Fabric's background. Now, that's my Minecraft mod pack. It's a Vanilla Plus mod pack. It has very little changes. Like, I added a glow squid. We're actually going to have the glow squid now, so I don't have to worry about that. And then I should be a mod. I don't know, Midnight. We'll see. Also, in a sense, you already are a Minecraft mod. You know, because you always are a Pokemon. you know, the Pixelmon, that's what I'm thinking of, Pixelmon. Anyways, me and other modders need to make sure that all our stuff is up to date for 117. That shouldn't take too long, hopefully. But we'll see whether or not it's fast enough for next week.
One of the most defining things
Um,
have to distinguish what kind of person they are. Artsy, sophisticated, Asian, bald.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Anyways, that should just about do it. I'm gonna pause that and then we can resume it later. Anyways, Minecraft mod pack, can't wait. Updating mods and all that fun stuff. We'll see what happens with the fucking world. I want to bring it into 117 and 118 proper if I can. If I wind up losing all the vertical slabs, then I'll be sad. I will probably wind up trying to actually make that mod myself. We'll see where I get with that. I haven't really been following any major fabric changes lately, so I don't know whether or not there have been major developments. I just know that there were some things that were in progress that had to do with biomes. The hope is that everything that I used previously that the bearded foxes were based off of did not break. Or get changed too heavily. I might be able to like brush up some of the code a little bit, make it nicer and cleaner, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, that should just about do it. Thank you so much for watching one last time. This is my guy Smith, and I'm signing off. Good God. Until next time, take care. I'll see you guys. Bye. Fingers crossed that I can get everything in 117 working for next week. Anyways.